Hello, everybody. This is just another video to help you in your exam that comes up on Tuesday. Okay, I think there was just an internet mix up there. So this question measure distance along the section of the road. Which section is that? I believe everybody knows how to measure that. Okay, this just measure it. So how do you do it? Just measure it. Whatever you get in centimeter, multiply with the scale. The scale is there. What is the scale? So when you multiply with the scale, your answer will be in centimeter. Then you divide by 100 to get your answer in meters. Check what's the scale of this one. Okay, this one ratio 50,000. So whatever you measure should be easy. Whatever you measure, multiply by 50,000, then divide by 100. That gives you the answer in meters. Let me move to give the compass direction of the give the compass direction from where the E22 cross the river to where it meets the eastern edge of the. So this compass direction, please leave your answer in 3 digits. So where the E2, this is E22 road. You cross the river here to eastern edge. I think, wait, let me read the question again. Give the compass direction from where the E22 cross the river to where it meets the eastern edge of the map extract. So, so I think this is where it crosses the river. So they wanted to talk about the direction like this. So like this. So from here to here, what's that? That should be, this is west. No, this is east. So this is east, east, north. So this should be east, east, north. Because of time, let me move to other question. Measure the bearing from where E22 cross the river to where it meets the eastern edge of the map extract. Well, you should know the bearing. If you don't know, leave it. Let me know. What is the 6 grid reference at the point where E22 cross the river? So check it. Let's go back and do that. From here, what's the six grid of this? This should be, let me check, 38. This is like 38 or 96, 96 6, 38 or 96 6. This is 30, no, 36 0, 36 0, then 98, 98 6. So 36 0. So this is I think this is it. Is that first one? 36 0 98 7. Yeah. So let's quickly run to all these questions. Which one of the following statement describe transnational cooperation? This came out in paper 1, so everybody should know it. A company which exports goods all over the world. Company which operates in 2 or more countries. Yes. A country that operates in 2 or more countries. Which of the following statements describe globalization? The way in, let me clean it so that it doesn't confuse somebody. Which of the following statements describe globalization? The increased link between different parts of the world. I think it should be this answer here. Increased link between different parts of the world. Okay. Future of a country. How the future changes as the country develops. They've already done this. Number of people per doctor, it reduces. The answer is it reduces. So the number of people per doctor reduces as the country develops. Daily food supply, it increases. It increases. Then cell phone users, it increases as well. So this one increases, this one decreases as the country develops. Now, complete table two by suggesting why is the percentage of people employed in agriculture? I think here we say that it falls. So why is it falling? Simple, right? You can see that more machines are now being used in the farms. More machines are being used in the farms. So meaning that more people are now less people are needed, more machines are used. Now for this one, energy consumption, it increases. So why is it increasing? Because as a country develops, there are more cars, so more fuel is burnt. As a country develops, more houses have more electrical appliances, so they use more electricity. And as a country develops, there are more industries that use fuel, different things, and all of that. Then adult literacy, it increases. So why? Because as a country develops, there are more investment in education by government, and also more income for individuals. So some adults can choose, look, I want to go and start schooling again. So this one will increase adult literacy. Trying to be fast. So look at this. They said photograph which show two bays and headland describe the features of the coastline. I think I've been flashing it since. So this is the headland here, and this is the bay here. So what can you say about the headland? The headland looks dry. There are grasses on it, some patches of grasses here and there that has helped to keep. Don't say that. Just say there are grasses, and it's kind of dry and it's steep. The headland is steep. It's dry. Grasses. You can see grasses. This is another part of the headland. Why the bay is sandy? The bay is sandy. It has sands around it. So this sand is quite much. What else can we say about the bay? What else can we say about the bay? Well, the bay is curved, it has crops, gently sloping. Yes, the bay is flat. Why the the headland is kind of steep. It's steep. So let's go to the other question. I mean the other. Okay. So this one now, what do you think is this? This is another cliff here that has some grasses on it. So what can you say about the grass? It has grasses on it, and it's kind of very steep cliff with grasses. Here is a wave cut platform. It's a wave cut platform, and it has some rocks on it. See the rocks, boulders. There are some boulders here, and there are some tiny, tiny rocks. Like these ones are smaller rocks, screes. Screes are, when weathering takes place on a cliff, and if those weathered rocks fall to the base, they are the one called screes. So you have them there, and there are some grasses around there. This is a grass. So basically, this is a wave cut platform and contains some rocks, some boulder rocks, and there are some grasses on the steep side of the cliff, all of that. So, so let's run. Let's go back to the other question. Explain how differences in rock type can lead to formation of bay and headlands. Oh, that's easy. He just wanted to talk about the concordance and the discordance coastline. So, what is the concordant and the discordance? Does anybody remember? Oh, yeah, let me call your name. Okay, the I'm looking for that picture again. So, how does this form? Hard part. This part is hard. This part is soft. So that's a discordant coast. Hard part, soft part. So the water wears away the soft part, while the hard part is worn away slower, more slowly than the soft part. So eventually the soft part goes in, forming a bay, while this hard part is standing, and that is the headland. That remains the headland. Just two marks. So just mention that there's a discordant coastline, hard and soft part. So the water won away the soft part faster than the hard part, and the soft part goes inward to form a bay, while the hard part that is still standing is a headland. Figure 4.1 shows the distribution of population in Botswana, Southern Africa. Describe the distribution of the population shown. So let's go back and check it. So this is Botswana. It says you describe the distribution. I think the most populous places are found at the southern parts. More than 10 people per more than 10 people per kilometer. The highest density of 10 per kilometer square is found in the southern part, and some are found in the eastern part too. But maybe around the eastern to southeastern part, that's where you have most densely populated. While the least densely populated people are found at the northwest part and southwestern part, extending to the central part of the map. Since there is this scale there, you are expected to use it in your explanation. So just estimate if from here to here is 160 kilometer. So if you are going to put that here, this place might be close to maybe like times three of this. So 160 times three, that means like the place is generally sparsely populated. So like over 500-kilometer stretch from the west is not too is is sparsely populated. Like because you can this can take three of this from here. You can measure it, just take your ruler, measure it and use it. So like more than 500-kilometer length is sparsely populated. Very few places are densely populated towards the southern part, southeastern part. You have patches of densely populated places around there. So generally it's a sparsely populated area with many sparsely populated places here. Okay, so what's the other question here? So show the annual rainfall in this one. This figure 4.1 insert and 4.2 which two of the following statements are true. Okay, that one we just saw now. Okay, so those places that have population have the largest rainfall. You can see it here. So they have the largest rainfall, and some of the while those places that don't have plenty population have the least rainfall. You can see the 350. This is a line showing places of equal rainfall. So let's just see what the question is saying. There is a larger population in dry areas. No. There is a larger population in wetter areas. Correct. This is correct. How many are we supposed to tick? Two. So this is correct. Most area with less than 300 meters of rainfall have less than Yes, this one is also correct. Wait, most area with less than 300 mm of rain have less than. But this, I think this, it should be this. Most area with more than 400 of rain have more than 10 kilometers, and that is true if you look at it here. This is more than 400, all these places, and that's where you have the largest population. So I think you pick this number 2 and this number 4. Okay. So this is showing the relief contour lines. Okay, so what's the question? Which two of the following statements are true? So areas above 1,200 meters in the southeast is more densely populated. So let's check. This place is densely populated as well. So I think in the southeast, yes, this part. Can go back and check the map. So this number 1 is correct. This one is not right. The area below 1,000 meters in the east has no area with more than 10 meters. I think this one will be correct. There's a strong relationship between population density and relief. Let's go back and just quickly check that. I think so. This place has high relief, and they are very dense, and those are densely populated areas. And places with low relief. No, look at this. This is 1,200 meters, and this is very sparsely populated. So this one has negated that one. This is 1,200, this 1,200, and this one there are a lot of people here, but there are no plenty people here. So that one is not going to work. So this one is not correct. I think the answer is this and this. This number 2 and this number 4. Okay. Describe picture 5.1. I'll show you a photograph of vegetation of 2 different climates. Describe the vegetation in figure 5.1. Let me see. Hi. To describe the vegetation. Number 1 is very dry. It's a dry place. The trees don't have leaves. I see that they don't have leaves, so that's another thing you can mention. There are short grasses. The grasses are short, close to the ground. Don't say that they are close to the ground because they don't want to lose water or something. That's not what they're asking you. They are just saying describe. So the trees, the grasses are short or close to the ground. And some of the trees, some of the grasses lack leaves. They are dry, like shrubs. And some of them are shrubs, but some are green. Some of the grasses are green and close to the ground. And the trees don't have leaves. The leaves have shed, they've shed their leaves, and all of that. And there are some other short grasses at the background here. You can see them. Some don't have leaves, some are dry, while some have green leaves on them. Okay. So what else can you see? That's format, just 5 4 things. Oh, sorry. I think the first question says describe vegetation. No, that's what you described. Vegetation. Then this one says describe trees. So okay, is there's another one there? Another picture. Oh, oh goodness. Well, I've described 5.2 for you. I've described the trees. The trees are tall but lacking leaves and dry. The trees lack leaves, they are dry and all of that. Now this one is saying describe the vegetation. Obviously, this is a tropical rainforest vegetation. Lot of trees, grasses, layers of trees, emergent are there. You can see the tallest one here are emergent. Then there are canopies. These are canopies. See that they are blocked. You can't really see what is happening under. That's why they are canopies. Then there are shrub layer, then some palm trees can be found. There are some shrub, emergent canopies, then palm trees. Lot of a dense forest is very dense. Mention that as well. It's a dense vegetation, very dense vegetation with lot of green grasses and trees. Don't explain why it is so because there is rainfall. Don't say that. They are not asking you for that. They just want you to describe. So a lot of trees, emergent are there, canopies are there, uh, shrub layer under canopy. Those ones are here. There's a palm tree here. Okay. So urbanization is increase in the proportion of population that lives in town and cities. Which two of the following are causes of urbanization? Growth of industry. If you say growth of industries, would that be the right answer? If you say rural urban migration, that should also be an answer. But that is what urbanization is. You say rural urban. So what do you think? So rural urban migration and growth of industries. So this is seen as a cause. Well, I checked it in the scheme. That's why I agree with this answer. But I know that this is one. But this is just urbanization. Rural urban migration is also urbanization. So it's seen as a cause here. A lot of people are coming to the cities. In 2016, 54% of the world population live in blah blah blah. Just plot it. I believe you can do that. If you can't do that, you need a knock in the head. So I believe you can do it. Everybody can do it. What is the relationship between GDP per capita and urbanization shown on figure 6.1? Now looking at this, if I'm to draw a line of best fit, how will I draw it? Let me just try that. Line of best fit is going like this. And this is a positive correlation. So, there's a positive correlation. There's a positive correlation. As one increases, the other increases. So the first one. I hope this video is not getting too long for some of you. But if you can watch to the end, it will help you a lot, I believe. Describe how South America is an exception to the relationship shown in figure 6.1. Let's go back and see. Yes, you can see that it's out of your line of feet. My line of feet goes like this. Let me draw it again. Any point that is off your line of feet, best feet, is most likely an exception. So look at where it is. It's far from your line of best feet. And you can see that they have a population in urban areas of 80 and less than 10,000 GDP per capita. While for most other countries, it is the higher the population in the urban center, the higher the GDP. But they have a very few population in the urban center with a very high GDP. So that's why they are an exception. Kinagani, I hope you understand. Yes, you understand. So let me move on. Well, I've been using this thing for a while, so I should have familiarized with it. Please make sure you all watch this video. Tell your friends about it. think I will just do some. It's gonna really help you. So, see for one information about urbanization in different parts of the world between 1960 and 2015. So, percentage of people living in town and cities. Urbanization is the increase in the proportion of population that lives in town and cities. Using table 6.1 only. Compare urbanization in 4 parts of the world. So, in 1960, for North America, their percentage of urbanization grows from 70 to 82. In Europe, it grows from 62 to 76. Compare urbanization in 4 parts. Okay, we have to compare. So this one has a growth of how many? 70 minus 82, that's 12%. That's like 12% growth. Europe has 62 minus 76, 14%. So Europe has more than North America. South America has 49 minus 80, that's 31%. So South Africa has the highest growth. South America has the highest growth, followed by 50 minus 38 is what? That's like 23. Followed by Sub-Saharan Africa with 23% growth, because from 15 to that's 23%. Then followed by Europe, then North America. So South America has the highest at 31%, followed by Africa at 23% increase, Europe at 16 at 14%, and North America at 12% growth between 1960 and 2015. That is all they wanted to do. Yes, I believe this thing has helped. There's one question I saw somewhere. I was teaching somebody and I saw it. Let me just see if I can find it and just quickly tweet it also. It's just one question, not a long question like this. I just wish I can. Let me just mention it. It's not a big question. So before you cut the video, it's just one question. This question is on settlements. Let me just tweet it. In case settlement comes out, it will help you. I'm not going to tweet everything here. I'm just now look at this. So study it. Always use your key very well, please. In paper 2, you need to understand your key. How many settlements on figure 4 are classified as small towns? So if you come here, look at the key, small town, triangle. So if you count from here, you have 6. There are 6 triangles there. Then, using figure 4, describe relationship between the order of settlement and the number of settlements. So if you look at order of settlement, that means from low to high. Actually, if you look at it, all the smaller ones are closer than, the higher the order of settlement, the fewer the settlements are. So that's inverse relationship, negative correlation. Why the other one says order of settlement and distance between settlements. That one is the bigger the settlement, the farther they are from each other. If you look at it, you see there. Like, look at where this triangle is. See where another one is. See where another one is. But for the other ones, look at this one. They are very close to each other. Then this question says, draw a circle to show the likely sphere of influence of brown tin. I believe everybody can do that. I've already drawn one for you here. See South Moulton here. So what do you have within it? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 small dots, 1 square, and 1 triangle. So this one, the one they expect you to draw, will have exactly that. So just look at brown thing here. So you can pick this square with this 1 square here, then 4 dots. See one dot here, 4 dots, then 1 and the square. So so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this square. That's all. Then if you are not clear what I did, you can just watch the video again. Why is it fast? It's not. Then use evidence suggest why Hostwati has grown into the most important settlement in the west of the area. So we go back here, you see this is Hostwati. So if you look at it, all the roads connect here. All the roads connect one. Then again is the biggest settlement here. There's no other settlement bigger than it. So definitely it will grow it as the most important settlement over time. Now this one they just wanted to put number from 1 to 5. 1 is the highest, 5 is the lowest. So if you look at it, 16 or more convenience shop, 100 for comparison, blah blah blah. So this one will be your 1. So this one will be your 1. This one will be your 2. This one will be your 3. Then this should be your 4. And this is 5. Okay. So I believe, so let me just stop this video here. There are more questions, but I believe this should help everybody. Just do this to contribute to help you. So on that note, I wish you best of luck. If you have any questions, you can contact with me. Meet me tomorrow. Bye bye.